Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Happy Monday to you folks. Hope you're having a great day. Congrats again to our community on some healthy profits here. We're going to take a quick look at some back-end data for Bitcoin, kind of jump right in to kind of see where we're at there. Once again, quick congrats. Thank you so much for the awesome feedback. Solana 42% 3 days, and Matic 15% in 1 day. We're almost at our second target there. But look at this here, $1.74 billion in volume came in here roughly an hour ago. Okay, so that's essentially what this looks like. This is $1.7 billion. Okay, so it's pretty awesome. Yeah, congrats again on that. Let's take a quick look at liquidation and see where we're at. Once more, as we talked previously about 70,000 being that heavy concentration liquidation. Boom, look at this guy. Basically 68,000 upwards to 70,000. Still a little bit of liquidation left. Of course, those are some late shorts, but generally speaking, I hate to say I told you so, but that is an area that we talked about being a very, very concerning area if you were shorting. So please, folks, be careful shorting this coin right now. More specifically, after we did just pump, I know it seems like, oh, we're going to instantly reject off 70,000. We may or may not. We want to wait for confirmation. Okay, and I know it's like crazy, right? Because you're just going to be waiting for taking a trade when all the profits is passing you by. Yeah, that's what being a good trader is, folks. You don't just jump right in. Anyways, what I'm getting at here is we got to this upper level swept. Could very well see the price continue to run. A lot of people just assume the price turns around once you hit a key level resistance, which it has, right? 70,000 is that resistance level. But generally speaking, we got to make sure that we understand where we're at with everything else. Because big picture right now, I'm willing to speculate this coin's looking much better than it was before. Okay, we got that nice little pivot, basically a bullish back test off this lower descending trend line or upper descending trend line. And that was an area in which we took we took trades for Matic right there, and then previously Solana when it came up to this range too. So again, kudos on those who were remaining patient. Let's go ahead and double check here on the daily and see where we're at. Just a note here too, this is very tentative, but absolutely a positive sign. We can see the 20-day SMA hanging out right there at about 67,700. That's a previous resistance level on the monthly. We can see this here as an important point of contention. So being above that level lets us know we've quote unquote broken bullish. Now keep in mind today's daily candlestick hasn't closed. It doesn't mean the price can't still drop below that. It just kind of lets us know that the mindset here is shifting where we're kind of back on the right side of the tracks. Okay, again, try not to get too premature in the celebration, but bouncing off 50 on the RSI, money flow index still maintaining itself. Second stochastic swing to the upside, which is a very strong indication, and MACD trying to converge here. We're looking primed on all cylinders here essentially for our daily candlestick. Let's quickly just note here on the weekly as well where we're at. We're above all moving averages there too. We're still maintaining over 70 on the RSI and money flow index. Unless we can drop back under 70 here, we have no reason to be concerned. We are seeing a stochastic swing to the downside on the weekly, but that's been there for roughly a full week, and that's natural when you see this natural corrective behavior. Okay, so while I'm still on board with the potential of retracing to the just say 50 to 60K range, a very, very loose estimate, I think that probability is getting lower and lower as we get closer to the Bitcoin halving and maintaining this current price action. So just keep in mind, a lot of shenanigans can occur between now and then, but we're not really in a bad situation here with the weekly, and the daily is looking tremendously better than it was before. Again, extra volume into this coin will sustain the price action. So we really want to pay attention to the volume over the next 24 to 40 hours, see where it's at. It starts to dissipate, then we can presume the price might come back down to retest that lower 60K range. But for right now, we have tons of money flowing into this coin. We can see here, of course, MFI very high. We're testing 70 on the RSI, second stochastic swing to the upside here. And of course, MACD converging. There's zero reason to consider shorting right now, even though I'm sure there are some folks that are and will find some opportunity. Okay, it's not to say that you can't. It's just the truth is, when you have this much volume leading into a resistance level, oftentimes that resistance level will break. And what's going to happen is these market movers, they're waiting for people to FOMO into some short positions. And at that point, they're going to destroy them probably with another leg up. Again, the inverse could apply too, right? Where they're waiting for everybody to FOMO into long positions and the price goes down. A lot of manipulation does happen, but it's less likely to occur with this much volume coming into the coin and holding that level. Okay, look at this here, this moving average. That's the important thing here. We want to be over the 20-day SMA here on the volume to ensure that we have sustainability. Now, I know you're probably like, wait a minute. We were over 20 on the SMA here and the price dropped. Okay, that again, that's where money flow and volume are different. Okay? Money flowing in, price going up. This was money flowing out, right? So keep in mind there's a big difference. Just looking at volume alone isn't the only thing. You want to kind of understand the direction it's heading. And MFI does a very good job of kind of helping us understand that. So as long as the money flow kind of stays in the upper 60, 70 range, we're pretty much in good shape. Once we break below 50, then we have a different conversation altogether. Take a look here at the moving averages here on the hourly. We can double check that we are above all four, of course. That's no surprise. So what happens when you have a bullish continuation like this? Ichimoku Cloud is going to give us all green lights to leave our long position open. So do not close any long positions you have. We have a long with Solana and Matic. Keep those open, folks. I'm confident we're going to hit multiple profit targets there. And what's really cool is about Solana, we were able to average our position down. A lot of people were stressing throughout the weekend. Said, relax, pump the brakes, it's okay, trust the TA, and we're good. Okay. Again, that bullish backtest of that descending trend line for Bitcoin was a very, very big deal there. We maintained this level here above that level of, what was it, 0.618 fib. That is an excellent, excellent area of retracement. Oftentimes the place in which you see the price consolidate and bounce, which we did see there. So everything worked out perfect. Now, did it work out the way that I wanted it to? Of course not. It generally never does. Again, it kind of makes you think, it makes you double check or think, your trade, right? Because a lot of times you'll get into a trade and it goes the opposite direction. You're like, wait a minute, I should have waited longer. And then there's times where it takes off and you don't get in on time. So trust the TA, folks. Keep your stop losses and more important, your leverage amount very low so you can survive the manipulation. Okay, that's the key takeaway here. Very last thing to recognize too is we are in our second leg up. We could very well see a retracement down to this 67.6 mark, this more recent resistance as a potential bounce. I think that's a little less likely with the volume being here, but just know that we are kind of new into this uptrend here. Okay? And we have since completed our ABC pattern to the upside, or downside rather, from the initial uptrend. So we very well could be starting a new one. And keep in mind, this is a very small time frame, just some perspective to give you. It's nothing exact, but it is working fairly well where we should experience, I would say, after the next pullback, another retest of that 74K range. Potentially even going to break through that level. We'll talk about that later, but for right now, hesitate on taking any shorts. There's no indication that shorts are a viable option. And what I recommend a long at this point, I mean, I generally don't like to take longs at this area, but if we can close or consolidate at 70K today, then there's a solid chance that the next leg up will occur to that 74,000 range. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Take this with a grain of salt. Pump the brakes. It's all good. We'll get there. One trade at a time, folks. Again, congrats to my community members who had the foresight to be patient with this. Congrats to our Premium Plus members too. -1 BNB. I think that was a short, of course. We offset that with another long. We do use hedge mode, of course, with our day trades. XRP, Matic. You can kind of see the list goes on here. Another ETH trade too. So cool stuff. Thanks again for watching, folks. Hope you learned something. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you the next one. If you want to become, again, better trader, cryptocash.tech is the site. We'll see you soon.